It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Good morning.
How is everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. Eastern. So welcome back. It's another episode of rAVe TV. I'm Steph Beckett.
I'm Gary K. And you know, it's funny. I was thinking about this just a second ago, Steph. I'm guessing that you're kind of tired of being in front of a camera because in the last week, you've probably spent more time in front of a camera than you have in a long time.
That's true. I mean, it's fine. Like it's not like I just want to be on camera sitting there all the time, but we've been doing good things. Like I was on it for a good reason. I was like launch week 12 went really, really well. Like I'm very, very proud of putting that together. The content was great.
I think it's the best launch week we've done since like the first few. I think we kind of, you know, I think now the people are, for numerous reasons. I think number one, people are more comfortable with the format. Number two, there's a lot to be said about what's going on in the industry right now. And number three, I think you put together a really good, solid set of topics that were really timely and people were really interested in them. My session, I was blown away with the questions I was getting. And like, that was the most live questions I had received doing a keynote for launch week in a long time, like at least 5 or 6 events.
No, that was awesome. Like they were really, really engaged. And I love that. I do think that like it's not as many people who joined at the top of like launch week 1 or 2 in 2020, but which of course, like people came to that because they were all at home. They were trying to figure out how to convert their jobs. Like they just had, I feel like there was just like more time. And now that everyone's really settled and like figuring out like what they can do and like their jobs are very, very settled now, I think that it's just hard for them to step away for like 3 hours of the day. But for the people that did come, it was really great. And I heard nothing but good things. And multiple people either sent me LinkedIn messages or emailed me to tell me that they had a great time and that they learned a lot.
Yeah. And what's cool about it is you have a lot of different ways to watch the content. Steph's doing a really good job. She and Emily are doing a really good job of putting the content on social media. So you'll see it pop up on your social feed and LinkedIn, Instagram, places like that. So you have a chance to see elements of sessions. And then it'll link you directly to those sessions so you can log in and go look at them. If you want to see any of those launch week 12 sessions, all you have to do is go to launch.com, LAVNCH.com, log in with your password, and you'll have access to all of our content. And launch week 12 is organized by topic by day. So it's easy to find what you're looking for. And so you ought to check that out. So my question for you, Steph, is, did you see Frankenstein?
I did.
So, did you see it in a theater? Because it's not out on streaming yet, right?
Yes. So they did a limited theater release for this movie.
Yeah, you know why they do that, right?
So that I will go see it and talk about it.
No, they do it because you can't qualify for the Academy Awards if you just stream something. You have to put it in a theater for at least a day.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I am so glad I saw it in the theater because I feel like it's a movie that needs to be seen on a very large screen. There were some shots that were absolutely beautiful, like a lot of like very sunrise, sunset, dusk, like on the horizon shots that are gorgeous. I loved it. I think this is Guillermo.
Who's the director?
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, yeah. So he's always good. So I'm definitely I guess I should go see that. Should I see it in a theater or should I see it in my little home theater?
If you can see it in a theater, I think that it's a wonderful experience. But if you can't, like your home theater is great. So that will be fine as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I saw on Friday the 40th anniversary re-release in IMAX of Back to the Future, which by the way, it was never released in IMAX.
How was that?
Until then. It was awesome. You know, that's a great movie.
It is.
It's an iconic representation of the 80s. The movie came out in the 90s, but it was an iconic representation of the 80s. Yeah. And you know, it's just a great movie all around, right? I mean,
it is.
I'll give you a little trivia thing because I
Okay.
was obsessed with this movie, and I also read Future Boy, which is the book Michael J. Fox wrote about making the movie that just came out about a
Cute.
month ago.
Yeah.
So he was making that while working at or while doing Family Ties, the TV show.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the scenes, you'll notice like 80% of the scenes are at night because he was having to work at night doing that. But when they did a part 2 and part 3, because he was blown up and was so popular, and they knew that he was probably going to get another TV series, which he did. He actually replaced, you may not know this, but he replaced Charlie Sheen on a TV series. Or no, actually that was the opposite. Charlie Sheen replaced him. But so he was on another TV series. They knew that might happen because he was a very popular TV actor.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they did is they shot season 2 or part 2 and part 3 at the same time.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, they literally shot both of it, and they released them a year, maybe it was a year or two, may have been 2 years apart. So in 2 they go, I'm trying to think which one is which. 2 they go into the future, and 3 they go into the past.
Into the past is like the 3 is like the Western.
Yeah, the one that takes place in like the early 1900s, late 1800s.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the experience was cool. It was cool to be there. But I have, the only other thing I can report on is I've been watching Black Rabbit. I'm a big, huge Jason Bateman fan. This is his new series. He says this series, reason I watched is, or started watching it was because he, in an interview, said this was better than Ozark. Well, Ozark is like one of my top 5 series of all time. Like nothing beats Sopranos. So it's hard to put anything above that. But Ozark is in that top 5. And he's like, this is better than Ozark. And I was like, there's no way. So I'm watching it.
Is it?
It's Jude Law and he play brothers.
Yeah.
So far, it is as good as Ozark. It's crazy plot wise. There's a lot going on. It's not complicated, but there's a lot going on. A lot of characters, a lot of, it's very timely, the way that they shot it. But it's really good. I'm only on, I want to say episode 4 or episode 5. So I've got a little ways to go, but
what's it moving on?
I really like it. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's called Black Rabbit.
Nice. Okay.
And which is the name of the bar/restaurant that they own.
I'm gonna have to give that a shot.
Yeah, you'll really like it. You'll like it because you like kind of dark stuff, and it's very dark.
Steph's emo. You said you're like, you're emo. You'll like it.
Yeah, you definitely. That's your kind of thing, right? I mean,
thank you.
You appreciate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do. I love like I don't know. I think like darkness and moodiness and like the study of like the human psyche, like that kind of stuff, like psychological. I like it. Yeah,
I mean, you'll like it then. I think you'll like it, and it is definitely. It's interesting to watch because you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Like these people are making so bad decisions, right? I mean, and they keep making them. So it's good. You got to watch it. But
I'm
we have
excited.
big news in our industry with Paul Litsky taking over as CEO of Diversified.
Isn't that crazy? Because we just interviewed Eric Hutto, who was the former CEO. Was that at ISC or Infocom?
Infocom.
Yeah, they all run together for me. But we had just kind of talked to him. So this is interesting. He was chairman of the board. He's been chairman of the board since 2023. This is Paul Litsky. And now he's going to, come in as CEO, focusing on global market expansion and service delivery improvements. So he's got decades upon decades of experience in AV IT. So he's very well set up to do a good job here. And Diversified's been making a lot of changes lately.
Yeah, and so here's the deal.
Okay, tell me the deal.
Diversified tried to become an IT company too fast. And that's where they're making a mistake. Like if they want my advice, as free advice, you're moving too fast into IT. You're trying to take the clients in, the direction of IT too quickly because they don't come from an IT background. They come from an AV background. So not that Paul even cares what I think, but
I'll let him know.
It's interesting because I'm quite sure all of their competitors are out there right now saying, please, Gary, don't say anything else because we love the fact that they have not done what they thought they would do.
Right.
I think everyone was afraid of Diversified with the direction they were going, because they were smartly attacking the IT space, but they moved too fast. You have to do it in phases. And there's huge potential in merging those two industries together.
Absolutely. But AV people are stubborn.
Well, it's not stubborn as much as it is, look, if something's working the way it works now, why would you change something? Like, if it's working, the customers, the clients are not complaining, the technology is fine. Like, why would you switch? You don't go to something new just because it's new. You go to something new because it innovates, or it changes, or it evolves, or it's, more importantly, solves a problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rather than saying this is the way you have to go. And I think that, we aren't at the level of managed services yet. Like, cloud is just emerging in our market, and managed services. So I would suggest they put the brakes on that a little bit and go back to the core AV role that they played for many, many years as individual companies, and they'll be more successful. Then you can integrate the IT side of it and managed services side of it a little tighter.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that'll serve them really well, and hopefully Paul will at least talk to the customers. But hey, we do this. We're getting ready to add a third sponsor here for rAVe TV, which you'll find out about here in a week or so. But maybe next week, maybe there'll be a third sponsor by next week. But in the meantime, we've got Crestron and we've got Shure, and I want you to check out this message from Crestron. It's worth watching. It's only a minute or so check it out. In related news, Crestron opened a new experience center in the EMEA in Belgium, in Mechelen, Belgium, which is, by the way, they have a killer movie theater there. So this is a great experience. And, they already have one, Steph, in New York and Singapore. So this becomes their third one, I believe. This will serve Europe, Middle East, and Africa. These experience centers are smart ideas for brands because it helps them. It really helps. I think it really helps with the end users. And it also helps integrators have a place to bring in users, but it helps end users understand sort of how this stuff works together
and how it could look.
Yeah, because once you have an install like this in your own facility, you get it. You get, okay, now I can do this globally. I can do this, campus wide or enterprise wide. But when you don't, and you're looking at making a big investment, you need to go see this stuff work.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that all of these are open to the public. You just have to make an appointment. And they're like, you could even use this as like your co-working space for the day. So next time I'm in New York City and I need somewhere to work, find me at the Crestron Experience Center.
There you go.
So I think that's really cool. So definitely check it out if you are local to any of those. And again, there's one in New York, one in Singapore, and now one in Mechelen. So that's cool. Next up in news, GoTo, which like you all might know them in like GoTo Meeting is how I was introduced to them as like a meeting platform.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
they
do my
actually,
webinars for Almo Pro AV on.
yeah, they launched an all-in-one communications platform that's actually like for education. It's called GoTo Connect for Education. And this basically brings calls, messaging, virtual classrooms, safety alerts. It's like all together and packaged in one application, just kind of made to improve everything and like streamline all types of communication for education. So I'm interested. I think that could be a pretty good option, especially for the safety alert potential that it has, kind of streamlining all types of education and or communication.
All right, so let's move on.
Okay.
So there's a new Spring Window Fashions, which is a high-end residential shading company.
Yep.
Can now be controlled with power shades, and they have more automation, larger portfolio, and if you're in the high-end residential market, we've got that story at ravepubs.com. It's very interesting to me how shading and control of shading has become so big. And I think part of it is when you automate this stuff, you can save an enormous amount of money in electricity because most of these shading systems are battery operated now. And what you can do is adjust the timing of the shades to open and close based on the location of the sun, which allows your house to stay cooled or heated, depending on what time of year it is. For example, have the shades up longer or down longer, I should say, in the summer, and up more in the winter when you're going to get winter sun, which will heat your house. So I think this is kind of interesting. I think this is also being brought down to the level of the do-it-yourselfer as well. So I think you can even, companies like Power Shades, but also Legrand have DIY kind of options as well. And I think this is a bigger and bigger part of the commercial AV market as well. I think that you're going to start seeing these companies, by the way, Steph, move into meeting rooms and conference rooms. And I think that'll be another segment of products that we will have an opportunity to sell.
Yeah, because I agree. I see where this can really fit in with like building management.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes along with the information that AV already has about what's going on in a building, but shifting it to like the management of that building actually could let them get in on projects earlier. So totally see that happening. I agree with you there. Well, another news, Liberty launched the DS42 Team Up Plus series. And this is all for like your USB-C, extension, collaboration. This is a bring your own meeting switcher and extender, basically designed to help connectivity there, enhance flexibility, basically letting you connect your laptop and your peripherals through a single USB-C cable, instant access to your displays, cameras, speakers, microphones, everything else in the meeting room. So again, it just kind of depends on what you need things for. A box like this, an extender like this, is just kind of keeping you from getting to too many hops so that your stuff won't connect eventually, right? Did I explain that right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. So, Steph.
Yes.
What's the biggest LCD you can buy today?
I don't know. Is it like 100 inches?
Yeah, I mean, most people would say that 100, 105. You can actually get a 115 inch 4K resolution display from Samsung. They showed this kind of like quietly in their booth at Infocom.
Yeah.
Now they actually come out with the product. It's literally 115. Now, this is not for everyone because it's big, it's heavy, and you have to figure out how to get it around. But as an alternative to LED, right, it's a lot less expensive than LED.
Yes.
And of course, Samsung had a 105 inch that I think a lot of people knew about, but this now 115 inch, it covers 93% of DCI-P3, which is the Digital Cinema Initiative color accuracy system. It's 4K resolution, localized dimming, which means you're dimming every single LCD rather than the whole panel. It's got speakers built in, and it's got, believe it or not, because it's so big, it's got 60-watt speakers, which is You don't need to amplify that.
Yeah.
For most applications.
That's cool.
And for, meeting rooms, but they're really aiming at digital signage, interestingly enough. And it seamlessly fits into their VXT platform, which is their digital signage, ecosystem that they have.
And this can go portrait or landscape, right?
Yeah, it can actually. The biggest issue, it's got Tizen 8.0, which is their web OS system, like the competitive to LG. But the issue is you have to think this out, because you can't just like order this, because there's a lot of buildings where elevators will not accommodate this.
Yeah.
It's too big for an elevator. So and you have to think about how you're going to get around. Like you maybe have to get it around in an elevator, not in the packaging, because you can imagine how much packaging is around this. So this has to be thought out. But as an alternative to LED, it's a lot less expensive, not as bright, obviously won't last as long as an LED, but I mean, that's big.
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, okay, before we continue on with the news, let us see a commercial from our other sponsor and partner, Shure. And this is all how you can get the team together with the IntelliMix room kits for Microsoft Teams rooms. So check it out.
What if you could have an effortless Microsoft Teams room solution with Shure's best-in-class audio, auto-configured for you with intelligent video? Now you can with IntelliMix room kits from Shure. Ready to deploy, easy to use. For richer collaboration, powered by high-performance audio and enterprise-level security and management for small to large meeting spaces. Now let's get your whole team together.
Here.
Oh, I was telling Gary, there's like a lot of racket going on upstairs. I live in an apartment complex, and I had the worst neighbors who finally moved out. And I think maintenance is like deep cleaning their apartment because they were.
Can you tell us one
I think
story? You gotta tell? You can't just like leave us hanging. Tell us one story.
So I think they like were very neglectful of their dog. And so they would just put their dog like on the porch all day, like on their, because they lived on the second floor, I'm on the first floor. And their dog would use the bathroom and it would fall from their porch onto my porch. So I have been in this like battle with them. I've complained to the apartment about them.
Hold on. The dogs.
Yes.
What? What, do you have exactly a hole in your porch? How would that happen? I don't understand. Most time your porch, you'd have like
between the wooden slats. Like,
so the dog intentionally went to the bathroom between the wooden slats.
I think it was just out there from 8 a.m. to not like 9 p.m. And it would just, they would never clean it. So it was covered in excrement up there. So it would just eventually fall through when the dog would move around. Isn't that so disgusting?
Yeah. I should have not asked you to explain
right.
an example.
So I complained to my apartment about them like so many times, to the point where like they left me a note on my door like apologizing for being gross. But then they still didn't clean it. So I think that they like got kicked out, or like they didn't get their lease renewed. And now like you can kind of hear like noise in my background. And I think it's because like maintenance is upstairs, like deep cleaning that entire unit, because if their porch was that disgusting, something was afoot on the inside of that house as well. So, well, sorry to them. Sorry to me, really. But anyway, so, okay, let's get back to the news. iPro, which is formerly Panasonic Security, they have an AI integrated outdoor security radar for high security sites. So what this is like a radar, but also like a camera. And it's got this wave-based detection system. So this is going to be like a protection in environments like a power plant, an airport, a data center. So this is going to be just like making sure that people are, or unwanted cars, unwanted anything, are not like getting onto these like very like high risk sites. So yeah, makes
sense. Yeah. All right. So NDI, Yealink is now embraced NDI, right? I mean, so in the NDI has certified Yealink Smart Vision 80, which is their IP video system. It's a PTZ camera. So now it's on NDI, which means you can use it not just for AV stuff, but you can also use it for in-house and full-fledged broadcast application. Everyone knows Yealink. Yealink started as a phone provider, but they've rapidly become a major provider for UC systems, including having Teams and Zoom certified products. So this is just natural extension because everyone in UC is doing NDI now.
Yeah. So in other Shade news, Shade Innovations has added outdoor projection screens to the Chaos line, which I love the Chaos line because it literally stands for kick-ass outdoor shades. So it's just like basically the expansion to include these integrated projection screens designed for this high performance viewing in like very, very windy environments. Because the whole idea is like you're putting these outside, so they need to kind of be able to take a beating a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what is the biggest problem for a projection screen that could happen outside? Wind. So these are made to like maintain image stability in very, very windy environments. So
very cool.
Can actually endure, allegedly, this is from the company, this is from the press release, but they say that it can endure wind speeds of up to 110 miles per hour, which what kind of Dorothy ass, we're not in Kansas anymore ass wind would you have?
Well, let's imagine you put them on your screen porch.
Right.
Yeah. So
a screen porch.
Yeah.
Doesn't that block the wind?
Yeah, but what if you put them on your screen porch specifically because you have sun coming in the morning, but you want to sit out there and have coffee, and where you can adjust it where you have just the right level, height, so that you're blocking the sun out of your face.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, but that doesn't answer my question about the wind.
Yeah, okay, I get that, but I mean, they still have to make it. They still have to make it capable because people forget
forget it and they leave it down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see the vision. All right.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll let them have it.
All right. Yeah.
So last thing I want to remind everyone about is we have a symposium coming up, the Security Symposium. It is November 12th, 2025. So next, is that Tuesday, Emily? Tuesday? Okay, Tuesday. And it is at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's about an hour and a half. So no, it's Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday. Sure. What the hell, I guess. So it's going to be Wednesday, November 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's about an hour and a half. So we expect to be done by a little after 2:30.
Oh, you're doing it?
What?
You're doing it?
I am, yes.
You better learn the date then.
I just show up when I see a block on my calendar. What day it is none of my business, but it is November 12th. So whatever day is November 12th, show up that day. You can also go on Launch, LAVNCH, and add it to your calendar, which I recommend doing if you're like me and don't know what days are. So do that.
There you go. All right. Well, that's another episode of rAVe TV, your industry's only live TV show that covers, basically we're curating the news. We're kind of like the NPR of AV. How's that?
Ooh, yeah. I need to work on my.
That's a great tagline. The NPR of AV.
NPR of AV. Wait, will they get mad at us for that?
NPR? Who's they?
NPR.
No. Why would they get mad? It's just like you see people say stuff like when they're pitching something. Yeah. This is the Uber of paper companies. This is the whatever. So that's what we're just using it that way, right?
Yeah. I'm Ira Glass, and this is This American Life.
Yeah, I love Ira Glass.
I do too.
Got a great voice.
He does. He does. I wish I had a voice like that for radio.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I guess we're the NPR of the AV industry. This is rAVe TV, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.